pushing till I get it right. Yeah, these days I've been wide awake, I never sleep late. Got a lot to do, I treat a Sunday like a weekday. Do it for my son, set the table, I need 3 plates. Have my cake and eat it, baby, don't forget the cheesecake. Got it, yeah, they know I got it. Confidence contagious, so the ones around me caught it. Everybody waiting on me, hoping I'ma drop it. I feel like all this weight is on me, still I'm never stopping. No, that is not a, yeah, pushing myself to the limit. I set a goal, but still I never feel enough when I get it. Cause when I go and all these feelings overflow to the ceiling, it's like a hole just open up and I don't know how to feel it. I tell them, look, I don't make mistakes, the mistakes made me. Drop songs when I write them, I don't wait 8 weeks. They too focus on the image now, but that ain't me. A lot of rats taking pics, that's why they say
right.
Lately I've been feeling
welcome
like
in, welcome in. Hey, how are you? Let's get it.
Yeah, only cheer me on when I was underdog. Running up the numbers, everybody keep on running off. Funny how they wanted me to win until I passed them. Now all of a sudden they be talking in the past tense.
Welcome in, welcome in. Good to see you guys.
Had a kid, I'm a dad.
Let's do it.
These days, everybody focus on the he say and she say, acting up and trying to make a scene like a screenplay.
How you guys doing? Welcome in.
Spend a lot of time thinking about how I'ma be great.
Welcome in.
Stick to the plan. Yeah, I'm focused on the music, not a pick for the gram. Stay true to my supporters. Yes, I did it for them. So even when I get hot, never switch on a fan. These days, I don't take.
All right, we good. We good. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Good to see you guys. Who we got here today? Who we got? Z Gamer in the house. Let's go. Let's go. What up, Kelvin? What's good? What's good? How you guys doing? How you guys feeling? Welcome in. Welcome in. Great to see you guys. Yeah. Happy Wednesday, ADP day. Welcome back to another New York live stream. Let me get a big hey, how are ya? Hey, Clubhouse. Can you help me out here? Can you help me with a big hey, how are you? Johnny Gem's got some work to do, man. Hey, how are you? All right, gotta extend the hey a little bit. What's poppin', everyone? Welcome in, welcome in. Good to see you guys, man. Happy Wednesday. We got ADP coming up here in just a moment, and we're gonna get to it today. We're gonna get to it. What's poppin'? Louis G in the building. There he is. What's up, Tamara? Mod Squad is here. Energy in the building. What's good? What's good? There they go. There they go. What's poppin', everyone? Sim Z in the house. What's going on? Clubhouse, how we feeling? Welcome in. Welcome in. What's up, DeMarco? What up, Drew? Casso in the building. What up, Wokey? Wokey's here. Nate G in the building. There he is. What up, Leisker? SK in the house. What's poppin'? Roll call time. Roll call. Muggs in the building. What up, Garrett? What's good? What's good? Price Action Kev is here. SG80, one of the lucky ducklings, is here. What's good? What's good? What up, Dominic? Good to see you, man. Dojo in the house. There he is. There he is. What's up, Dylan? Sheesh. Exit Strats here. All right, I think we can get started then. Yeah, Exit Strats here. YouTube, hey, how are ya? Good to see you guys. I had to share a little post yesterday, so you guys don't think, I just kind of randomly thought about that term, right? You guys see where we get it from now, right? How you doing? Yeah, what's poppin'? What up, Hazo? Jamil in the building. Yeah, there he is. There he is. All right, I think we can get started. Mr. Ortiz, how we feeling? What's up, Damien? What up, Enzo? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Good to see you guys. What up, Ryder? The big M in the house. There he is. There he is. All right, I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Why don't we get started here, and let me just get some things organized, and let's rock and roll, man. How you guys doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Another New York session, November the 5th. Let's go ahead and pray real quick, and then we'll begin our day here. All right, let's do it. Well, Father God, we thank you for another day, Lord. Let us be glad in it. Let us rejoice in it. If there's anything wrong right now, Lord, I pray that you would draw your people's attention on what is right, because there's just so much that is right, Lord. We have so much to be grateful for. We have so much bread in our boat, so to speak, Lord. So we thank you for it. We give you all the glory for everything that you've blessed us with, and just the breath itself, the life itself, Lord. So we have no complaints here today. We just give you the glory for allowing us to be here and do this, and just having your presence dwell among us. So Lord, we just pray that you would be with us today. Pray you would bless your people as they move in and out of this live stream, and we just thank you for all that you do and your guidance, and we give you the glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. 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 Let's do it. Let's get the party started here. It is November the 5th or 5th of November, depending on where you live and what you got going on here. And it is ADP day. So I think we should have that news come out now. Let's go ahead and refresh this a little bit. And we got green numbers here on gold, so or on the US dollar. So as you can see, we're talking about this news right here. Right here, 8:15. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I don't think we're going to get a NFP this week, but I'm not sure. ISM PMI coming in at 10 as well. So we got some red folders today. We got some red folders. It's been a minute. It's been a little while since we really had some like news effects on gold or in the markets in general. So yeah, I'm happy we're back to business here. So again, another day, another opportunity for us to be patient, to be disciplined, and let's do it the 8-figure trader way. All right, let's jump into the technicals here and let's see if we can get a top-down analysis going. Clubhouse, I'm gonna move you guys over a little bit. Just move on over. There you go. Perfect. All right, let's run through this top-down analysis. If you guys can, give the stream a like here for me. If you're not subbed to the channel, subscribe now, and let's go ahead and get into it. So this is the daily time frame and yesterday's candle. So yesterday's candle did end up closing bearish, right? As we kind of talked about there. Let me I'm sorry. Let me lower the music a little bit. Scoot over there, Clubby. Scoot over. Yeah, I think the music should be good. Should be good, like right around there. Yeah. That should be perfect. If it's a problem, just let me know. If it's a problem, deal with it. No, I'm just kidding. If it's a problem, let me know. If it's too loud, just give me a holler. I'll look over here. But anyway, yesterday's candle ended up closing bearish there. But the thing is, we closed at support. And then what also happened is we closed with no lower wick there. So very interesting. Right before some red folder news here. So all in all, what we're looking at here is just a range, right? On the daily time frame, you basically have resistance up here. You have support down here. Yesterday's candle closed right at that level of support. We've been unable to break the lows yet. We've just been pretty much moving up all, the whole day here. So let's go ahead and see what the 4 hours looking like. And are we going to move up here today to retest the top of the range, or are we actually going to get a closure below and then kind of look towards continuing down here over the course of the week? So let's take a look here at the 4 hour. So 4 hour did end up closing somewhat bearish here, right? So you had price kind of moving down from yesterday. We came back up, we retraced, and now we're beginning to get rejection. So we never really made it back up to I'd say, yeah, I guess we did. We wicked up there. So yeah, we're looking at this level here of a little bit of a resistance can kind of form up there. So we did reject here. We did close bearish. I think if we can break the lows here on this current 4 hour candle, then that's going to be an opportunity for us to potentially push down, right? We've been moving up pretty much all day, creating that daily top wick. Your daily low is sitting right here. If we break that, we can continue moving down. So we'll have to take a look here in terms of how we can approach those shorts and see also if we can go long here, right? Because again, the 4 hour candle, right, we're technically moving up. We've wicked up there, but we haven't really pushed up there and closed yet, right? Something like if you get a bullish candle here to move up, close up here, right, and then possibly create that resistance. But we'll see, right, if this bearish candle has what it takes or not to actually get us to start moving back down. It's going to be challenging, especially in that daily support level here. So let's drop down to the 1 hour here. Let's take a look at what's going on. So 1 hour is moving up, right? We have a 1 hour candle right here that closed with no top wick. So no top wick on that 1 hour. You could obviously see we have support here, right? We have resistance up here, and that is our 1 hour range. So right now we close with no top wick. Let's take a look at what that looks like on the 30 minute. 30 has some resistance here. So yeah, wow, what a grab here. So yeah, the news came out. Looks like we pushed down initially. You've got this range up here that I think if we can get a closure above, we may be able to look to get into some buys here. My only issue is this 1 hour, right? This previous 1 hour candle here with no top wick. So we also got green numbers on the news release here too. So let's just be patient. Let's see how the 1 hour candle reacts now that we're in this range. We're also in that 30-minute resistance here. So let's see how we do here. You know, I think if we can probably more so get like a little break retest, we can keep buying above 82 here. But if we end up kind of rejecting this area, even a fake out on the 30-minute, maybe even 15-minute, then we could probably see a little bit more of a pushback down, you know, as we cruise into the New York session here. So that is it, man. We'll see if we can if that news could push gold down a little bit. The previous 1 hour candle closed with no top wick. The 4 hour is bearish. The daily is bearish. So yeah, there's a couple key signs that we can move down here today, but we're gonna have to wait for a closure. So if that 15-minute here can either close above, right, do something like this. I'm sorry, let me make it green. Do something like this, right? Maybe close above the range. We wait on the potential fake out here. Yeah, potential fake outs like this. And then we can kind of take sells coming back down. Again, we're in a little bit of a rough market condition, I would say, since Asian last night. So everything could be a little choppy here, but we'll make do with what we got, and we won't execute unless it's A+ here. So that's pretty much it. You know, obviously you have more sells below 67 here, but if we are going to get bearish, I'd like to do it somewhere up towards like 82 here, and that way we can kind of have some room to trade in here today. So that's pretty much it. I like the sells. I like the closures back below 81, especially on a 30-minute time frame. And then if we do end up continuing bullish, right, then the visual for that is probably going to be something more like, you know, let it run bullish a little bit, wait for the pullback, right? We won't be able to participate in the buys really, but if we can get something like this where we'd be able to pull back, remain above 39.81, then create some sort of support. This is where the buys would come in, more so at like 9:15, 9:30. So yeah, either one is going to work for me. I got time today, so we'll see what happens. 5 minutes left on this current news candle. It looks like we broke the lows. We're pushing up now. We're probably going to break the highs. Just be careful because you know, these news candles are very tricky, and candle could end up closing, you know, like this for all we know. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's my thoughts. Those are my thoughts here on this lovely Wednesday on gold. I think we're late on the buys, plus the 1 hour candle closed with no top wick, plus you got bearish bias on multiple time frames here. So let's sit in tight and wait for the sell, and we'll see if we can get it, and if not, you know, break, retest, and we're good. All right, cool. What up, Lights Fire? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, so it looks like we may be able to make the move up here. So let's see how we close. We got 5 minutes left on the candle. All right, yo, what up, YOLO Trader? There he is. There he is. It's popping. Gold's clear bullish from 3-bar reversal. It probably is. It probably is. I don't trade a 3-bar reversal, so it's, you know, that wouldn't be clear to me. But I'm just waiting on what, you know, what playbook setup that my profits come from, and then I execute there. All right, let's move over to ES here, and let's take a look at what we got cooking. S&P 500, and then we'll go over some trades that we took. We took 2 losses in Asian last night, so I want to show you guys those trades. And that was the first losses, and I think I counted 15 trades. I can't even count on the Clubhouse like record because you got to add London and pre-New York and all that. And I think it was up towards like 26 trades, 24 trades in a row. So took 2 losses back to back last night, and hopefully we can get back on a win streak here now. So anyways, let's go back into the breakdown. We got ES coming in, right? So you have a daily closure here, closing bearish. We did end up filling that gap. We're starting to pop back up though. As you can see, this daily candle just dropped down and literally with no top wick. So it looks like we're coming back up here to create that top wick now. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hours just nasty. All right, just nasty range here. You got support, you got resistance, and we're just barcoding here. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. 1 hour also ranging a little bit, little choppy up here north of this current range. Let's take a look at the 30-minute. 30 minutes a little bit. Yeah, I think what we could do is kind of close that up a little bit, right? And that's pretty much our range that we're looking at. So with the 4 hour, right, it's it's bearish, right? We do have a resistance here. We are in a bearish trend here. So if we can continue to move down, right, possibly close below 86, then you're gonna have some clean range, right? When we're looking at this, about 52 pips of pretty clean traffic. So let's see what we do in here. I'm probably just gonna observe this range right here. Gonna be like a kind of like a no trade range here, and then see if we could potentially look for the shorts, right? We're gonna break the 4-hour highs here if we get up there, but then look at all this chop, right? You got a lot of chop to the left hand side. So let's see if that 4-hour candle can respect resistance in the previous top wick, and then possibly we might be able to get something like this to come into play, and we could take some sells moving down. Yeah, but we'll see. Looking choppy on the 4-hour. We're gonna need some direction there, because this is just fugly. You guys ever heard the term fugly? It's fugly, man. It's not good. Not good at all. So let's go back to gold, and we'll hang tight here, and we'll kind of see how we react towards 39.86, and we'll go from there. Boom. Boom. Perfect. Okay, cool. All right, sweet, man. And then any buys, I do like the buys above 81, but being that we're just a little overextended at that point, coming up from that support right there, I think we're going to need a little pullback, right, before we take the buys. And look, if it wants to run, it runs. You know, it is what it is. That's it's the worst thing that can happen. All right, what up, FX Strategy? How you feeling, man? How you feeling? I'm in drawdown for 3 weeks, which scare me to take trade. That's probably why you're in drawdown for 3 weeks, because you can't get back. You're not getting back into trades. You know, look, gang, the only way we can make money here is to execute, right? The only way possible to make money trading is to take trades. So you can't let fear keep you out. You know, somebody asked a question yesterday. They were talking about that they have a lot of fear and they have a lot of anxiety. And I told them that that's probably not the case. You just don't have enough data, right? You just haven't journaled your trades well enough. You just haven't tracked the data, the wins, the losses, and obsessed over it a little bit, you know? So I think you got to really sit down and think about, hey, am I treating this like a business the way it should be treated, right? Because if you want to make money, you know, you're not going to get by just, you know, you're not going to make a whole bunch of money just getting by, right? Just trying to copy something or do, like, you really need to dive deep. This is yours, gang. This is yours. You can make thousands of dollars a day, right? When you dial this thing in. I don't know what other motivation you may need to lock in and really treat this thing like a business. So I think you're just lacking data. And if you collect that data, study that data, it'll give you all the everything you need. Every correction will come up and you will be able to spot it and make that correction and not have that problem anymore. Yeah, you could do it. You could do it, man. You can really do this, but you got to focus. What's up, Vince? How are you, brother? Do I go live for Asian? Yeah, every night. Every night we go live. Live session. What's up, Cam Jam? Welcome, welcome. W only bands. Yeah. Oh, nice, Carlos. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, so we know what we're looking for here. Again, we've moved up quite a bit, right? Even if we just tracked from this candle off support, it's already 122 pips, right? So keep in mind the previous 1 hour still has no top wick on it, right? And there's a 1 hour range here as well, that this is where that fake out can go down, being that everything is bearish on the higher time frame, technically, right? But you got no wick here. So could this one reject out? You know, we might fill the range, right? We might come up here, but can we reject out? And if we can, that's where we'll step in, or at least I'll step in and look to get short here on gold. Dun, 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 dun. Got the nephews in the house, the nieces in the house. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. Who we got in the clubhouse today? Let's take a look here. What's up, Ken Hard? How are you, brother? How you making out on those audios, man? Enjoying? Yeah? Yeah, I got some more for you, so. What's up, Rafi? What's good? What's good? There he is. What's popping, brother? What's popping? What's up, Gary?
G, how you doing?
What's up, Drew? Great, brother. You?
Feeling great. New day to do it again.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Get to do it all over again.
How are you?
Chat. Get a big hey, how are you for Rafi, man?
How we doing, chat? How we doing, Clubhouse? Bunch of winners here today, man. As usual.
Yes, sir.
Johnny, man, this morning that was funny.
Johnny got to work on his hey, how are yous.
Yeah, practice in the mirror.
Just a whole bunch of hey, how are yous going on, you know?
That was so funny, man.
Oh, snap. Let me fix Zoom here real quick. Whenever you see Johnny Gems pull up, just let me know. Or
Yeah.
Magnus or the Viking or
I'll check.
anyone else for that matter.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, Rafi himself. He's here.
Yo, let me log in on YouTube here. Sometimes I forget, bro.
YouTube's live. YouTube's live. Are we live on YouTube? Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're good. We're Gucci.
Why can't we see Nick on Zoom? You got to pay extra. No, I'm just kidding. It's my camera's hooked up to YouTube. What's that? Yo, Green, how we feeling, man? How we feeling? Hey. Do you need to wait for the current candle to break the previous lows for a celery play? About the celery play, do we need to wait for the current candle to break? No. So you're talking about like if you get a celery play, let's say you're looking to go up, right? And then you get a bearish candle here, let's say. The question is, do you need to see this candle here break that low? No, you don't. No. Actually, this candle here may not even give you the best low. So one thing I want to explain here is if this is the 15-minute time frame and you get like a small wick, that's okay. You know, you guys hear me talk about, hey, we need a wick, right? But anytime you have a celery play, and I want to make sure you guys understand, on the 15-minute, right? Now, that's not all, right? On the 15-minute, when the 30-minute candle has already created a lower wick. So you see that lower wick there? So these two 15-minute candles, right? So you got three 15-minute candles here, right? One, and then you got 2 and 3, right? The two that have the yellow arrows, those two are going to make up one 30-minute candle, right? So what that will look like is on the 30-minute time frame, you will have a breakout, right? Where candles look just like this, where it's ready to go. And this high right here is this high right there. So as that new 15-minute candle opens up, you don't need the deepest wick here, right? Because the 30 already has it. So what the 30 looks like right now, if the 15 looks like that, the 30 looks like this, right? So it looks like it's ready to go. We already have that lower wick in place. All you need to do is, sometimes I don't even wait for the wick, right? On this type of situation here. If we can get a little one, that's great. You know, anything would be nice. But yeah, boom, you know, break of the highs. And then what that will look like is just your stop loss will be below that 30-minute low. All right, something like this, current 30-minute low. It'll look like that on the 30-minute, and it'll look like this on the 15. My bad, it's too high up there. But you'll keep your stops below that low. You know, a lot of times too, if you get a wick on this candle, you can even, you know, really put your stop there, because again, if you're lining up the higher time frame and volume and clean range and playbook setup like this, then there's a very high chance you will not come down to break that low after breaking that high there. So just a quick little minor lesson on the celery play, right? Especially the one on the 15-minute time frame when you've already got a lower wick. Now there's another scenario here, right? So let's say now that instead of what we just talked about, let's say that these two candles make up a 30-minute time frame, right? So that means now that the new 30-minute candle is about to open, right? So in this situation, this is why it's very important to pay attention, get your reps in, because you will think they're the same exact concept, but they're not, right? So on this one, we're gonna need something here, right? Because we don't have anything on the 30-minute candle yet. So very rarely will you see me take like a 30-minute buy with a tiny wick like that. So in that case, this is where I do look for a 15-minute lower wick and then look to execute, because I need that 30-minute lower wick, right? So just a couple little scenarios there when it comes to the celery play that I personally think can help you in terms of winning more trades and having better management, stops, and all that good stuff, and really understanding, right, of candles. Looking at too many time frames confuses me. Do I stick to only one? I mean, I look at daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30, 15. So where you're finding confusion, I'm finding clarity, right? So once you begin to understand the time frames, right, and understand the story that is taking place, that's where you can begin to get clarity instead of confusion, right? Now you're like, well, the 1 hour is bullish, but the 30 minutes bearish, right? So like, you see how I've made sense of everything from the daily all the way down, and then that's where we're kind of basing our analysis off of. So it's more so just using the time frames as chapters in a book, right? If you're reading a book, you have chapters, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, and if you read them all properly, they will help you understand the story that the market is trying to tell you, right? The book in front of you. Yeah, we have a couple videos on that, by the way, on YouTube, and then there's some very in-depth stuff in the Clubhouse with a higher time frame, lower time frame correlation. I think we have 2 hours of content just strictly dedicated to higher time frame, lower time frame correlation, entries, setups, mindset, understanding, all of it. So it's definitely a very, very important topic. But once you get a read on that, your trading will definitely change. Green, how are you, man? Talk to me. The breakout buys are invalid because we got a 4 hour, like a bearish 4 hour candle here. We also have a bearish daily candle here. If we look at the previous 1 hour candle, we have a 1 hour candle that closed with no top wick. This candle here, though, the big like noise that it made is really just because of the news release came out on this candle. So we want this guy to close so we could have more information and a better understanding of direction for the next hourly candle to come in, right? So this hourly candle is a dud. It's wasted now, right? What I'm looking for is possible positions at 9, 9:15, 9:30, or 9:45 today to get my money. So now that this hourly candle is coming to a close, I want to see how it's going to close, how it's going to react to 81, and also how it's going to react to 79. And I think if we can get bearish closures back below, we're in pretty good shape for the 4 hour candle to begin to start moving back down now, and the daily candle to start moving down as well. I think we're going to get a flip out of this daily candle today and a big move down. I don't know, probably not, but you never know, right? But I think we can fluctuate on this daily candle here, and the price action in front of us, like the flow of the market, is really what we want to kind of, keep ourselves involved in. Let's go, Chatty. Let's go. Oh, we're getting a discount on Bitcoin? Okay, sounds good. We'll take all the discounts we can get. All right, Goldie, coming down here. So let's see if we can make it work. What up, C Melly? Get a big hey, how are you? See, C Melly likes to hey, how are yous.
C Melly.
Rafi likes to hey, how are yous. Rafi always says, hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?
Yeah, he said, oh, somebody's ready to say it. Johnny Gems in the house.
Oh, Johnny Gems.
Yo, I'm ready for this one, bro. He said that he was going to do it here today. Yeah.
He was practicing in the mirror. We're going to go over last night's Asian session trades in just a minute, too. There he is. There he goes.
Yo.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Chat, let's give
What
our
do you
best.
wanna
Hey,
do?
how are you to Johnny
How
Gems?
you doing? What's up?
John,
What's
give us your
poppin',
big
brother?
hey, how are you?
What's poppin'? How are you,
I
chat?
want you to extend the hey, like hey,
Hey,
how
how
are
are
you?
ya?
Like, you know, it's not a hey, how are you, or like hey, how are you? Like
Hey,
it's either one of the like it's a hey,
Yeah.
how are you, or it's like a
Bet.
hey, how are you? You know, it's got to be one or the other. You know, it just can't just be hey, how are
Copy,
you?
bro.
Everyone could do that.
Copy, bro.
Got it? Got it? All right.
Copy.
Give it a little
Lock in.
personality, you know.
I'll lock in here. Lock in
Little-
the clock in.
A little like enthusiasm, you know? Gotta
Yeah,
give
my
a big
bad.
hey, how are you? You gotta like drag the hey, like hey, how are you? You know, you come back to it.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Oh man,
What's good, boys? How you guys feeling?
fantastic,
Bless, my
brother.
guy.
Fantastic.
Amazing, bro. Blessed and highly favored. Grateful to be here. Let's get it.
Yeah. Like
What's
a
up,
Good
billion.
to be here, man.
Feeling like a
Yeah, facts, bro.
billion dollars today, man.
Yeah, bro. Like $1 trillion, bro.
Mm-hmm.
What's poppin', chat? How y'all feeling? Let's get it. Let's get
John,
this money.
give him a big hey, how are you? Hey, well, you know what?
Right,
We need to
follow
get
plans
C
today.
Melly up here for a big hey, how are you one of these days, huh? What do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Let's do that.
I don't think anyone does it
Got
better
it
than him.
down.
Yeah, let's get C Melly up here, bro. Reporting C Melly to the main office.
Reporting live.
No, he's not here.
No, he's here. He's here.
He's here.
Oh, he has a
Let's get
different
C
name.
Melly.
There he is. There he is. Party. No, wait, that's not C Melly. Who the heck is this guy? What the hecky?
Yo. That's hilarious, bro.
What the heck? That ain't C
No
Melly.
comment.
Who's that?
What's up,
Been using
Captain?
MetaTrader? Yeah, that's how you. Yeah, someone asked how do you avoid slippage? Probably stop trading like CFDs and forex and just come over to the future side. You know, you ain't gonna get slipped in future. If you go back and look at yesterday's trade when we got activated, like that thing pushed like crazy, and I didn't get slipped at all. Not at all.
That was one of the other reasons we traded futures too. Right?
Yeah, man.
No
Look at
slippage
this.
and stuff like that.
Where is it? Was this
Yeah, I feel
yesterday?
like it's a lot smoother too.
Yo, facts.
Yeah, check this out. Where do we
I
get
know price
activated?
pushed through it strong, you know, but still no slippage.
Yeah. So this is the best part about trading futures, in my opinion, is like you're not getting slipped, and if you are, it's like extremely rare.
There's just
Watch.
there's much more good things about futures than there are forex, in my opinion.
Bro, when did we get in this trade?
There's a lot of things that futures has that forex doesn't have, which makes
Oh.
futures better.
Bro, I forgot we got in this trade at like 8:30 yesterday. Yeah, check this out. So watch how like price pushes really strong straight through that limit order, and no slippage at all. Watch this.
Boom.
Oh, I think we made a steeper top wick, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, check this out. So in Forex, you would have been slipped like crazy. Boom. You see that? Look at that. Boom. Look at that. My
Boom.
my limit
Not even
order is
in.
not even activated, apparently. Forex, there's no doubt in my mind the activation would have been right here. A little bit lower than the wick. So it's very difficult to make money like that when you're targeting this for partials and you get activated here. See how I didn't get slipped at all? Watch when the order goes actually kind of fills. You'll see that I'm activated right where I want it to be. You know? So that's the best parts. I would say the best way to avoid slippage is to let me like the stream here. If you got that's just weak. Yeah, if you're dealing with slippage and you don't want to anymore, I'm telling you, come over to futures, man. Come over to futures.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
it's
some
all
people probably got slipped. Anyone
Yeah,
in
they
the
did.
forex chat, let me know. I'm sure you
Yeah.
guys got slipped like maybe almost 15 pips.
no doubt about it. There's no doubt in my mind on that.
Right. Oh yeah, we got 3 people in here already. They're like 20 slipped 20, 15 pips. Yep.
Sheesh, 20 pips. That's crazy.
That's crazy. 18 pips for one dude.
Yeah, it's annoying. That's why I left. That's why I stopped trading forex.
Yeah.
One of the main reasons. Okay, we got a 15 closure, but we're above the range here, so that's fine. Let's wait on a 30. We also get a 1 hour closure at that point too, which is really the close that we're looking for, right? A 1 hour closure to identify a little bit better direction here. So if that 1 hour candle closes weak, right, after this no top wick, Mr. Guy here, and then you get a 30 closing back below, we should be good to get back down into like 73, and then maybe, just maybe even come back down to like 68, 67 there. Can I check ES? I mean, I'm just watching ES, and there's really nothing going on there. So, yeah. We'll just watch. We'll just watch until we get a little pullback. It's too choppy up there for me. See up here on ES? It's just, it's too much. I don't like this. Right here. I don't like this. Slipped you 6 pips. Wow. Forex, you can close partials and magic keys. Yeah, but you could do all that here too. Even better, more efficient, more effective. If I had a choice, go back to Forex and use magic keys or stay on futures, it would be a no-brainer. I think futures would, you know, no doubt be in favor.
Yeah, and I like trading much more trading futures than I did Forex too.
Yeah.
It's way better. So you'll like it even more.
Yes, sir. Let's chop it up real quick about yesterday's trades. I want to go over 2 losses that I took. Let me find them. So, okay, hold on one sec. Asian. 15 minute. Okay, so let's talk about this. Right, where was that, John? Was that right here? No.
Let's see.
Oh, I'm looking at ES. My bad.
No, you're on ES, bro.
My bad.
Like, what the hell is this?
All right, Asian session. Okay.
Right there.
First trade. So in Asian last night, we were looking at potential buys, right? As we were kind of talking about the same thing we're talking about today, right? Where it's like we're in support, you know, on the daily and the 4 hour and whatnot, and we're down here at this point, right? Now we're way up here, so there's room to take sells, but last night we're down here, we're chopping around a little bit. You get this 15-minute closure here, which we did not take that 15-minute closure. We wanted to wait on the 30-minute here. So as this 30-minute closed above the range, so this is our range right here. Boom. All right, this is the range. So as we get a 30-minute closure above the range, this is where we decided to step in. So that closure right there, we took a buy on this red candle. We get activated, right? Decently clean range above. 4 hour re-breaking the highs, by the way. So you had the 4 hour high sitting here. You broke it 3 times. By the time we entered in, you were re-breaking that 4 hour high for a 4th time there. So, you know, looked pretty clean. I mean, look, we did end up moving up, right? So it's not like we were wrong about direction, just a little early on that. So we did end up moving up, but not before we came down. We kept a stop loss, I think, somewhere back below the range, and stops got hit on that one. So after that, we waited. We decided to kind of redraw the ranges, do a little bit of a different analysis. We looked at this level right here, right on the 30-minute, anticipating, hey, you know what, maybe we were got stuck in this fake out here. You had a beautiful 1 hour 30-minute closure below the range with a wick to fill. Again, very difficult and choppy market, by the way, last night. Very, very tough to trade in. You know, maybe knowing ADP was around the corner and just a little bit of this chop, you know, maybe not trading at all would have been a good idea too. But again, these are playbook setups. I think I like the second trade better than the first one, where we just had the closure here. You had a break of the lows. You had that wick to fill right there, and typically this will work out for us. You know, we'll get involved in this trade right here after making a steep top wick. Right, you get in, boom, break the lows, and yeah, so. None of them worked out. And again, when you're struggling on the 4 hour time frame and you have no direction, that's what really chops up the lower time frame and makes it very difficult for trades to run. So took those 2 losses, and basically a little after I got involved in this trade right here. So took that candle right there, and that was it. You know, I got my loss back, but I wasn't trying to do anything too crazy. I also blew one of my Ignite accounts too on the first trade because I was just like risking 2 contracts. So second trade I got back though. So second loss I got back, but yeah, ended up being right about the direction originally, right? But
Yeah.
Too early. Too early.
Yeah, great trades. I took that buy as well. I didn't know you took that. I didn't know you took that one.
Oh, nice. Yeah, a few people took it.
Yeah, I thought
Few
that was
people
clean.
took it. Why didn't we enter
What
on the
was your thought?
15? Yeah, because the real quick, the 4 hour was still bearish technically. So the 4 hour was still very bearish, right? So I didn't want to enter the 15 right here and get clipped. I think it was like somewhere right here. Yeah, and then just, you know, get faked out while that 4 hour candle wanted to drive back down. So with the 4 hour, you know, looking like this, I wanted to wait on the 30 closure, but, you know, we ended up making that move on the 15 in the last 2 minutes of the candle. So the 15 closed above here, right? This guy right here barely closed above, by the way, right? And then this candle did not end up moving up until the last 2 minutes. So it wasn't like we're, you know, really missing out on anything. It made a quick push, and then, you know, next thing you know, it drove back down. So, yeah. But either way, you know, I think the first one probably maybe could have avoided that, just a little late to the party. Second one I thought was good, and then, yeah, that was it. That was it. You
First
can't
one's
win them
tough
all.
'cause that thing could have easily have juiced up, you know. So
I mean, this is what we were
there's a lot of
targeting.
good things, you know.
Yeah.
That was really that was probably the one thing that was off, was maybe that no closure above that support to the left, but there was a lot of other great things about that trade, you know, still happening.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, that's what we're going to go partials. We're going to close full up here. So, yeah, I thought it was a decent trade. It was all right.
Yeah.
It was all right. It was all right.
Like you said, it was an educated guess, bro, you know.
Usually when we're wrong, it's typically because the market does something that it doesn't normally do, right? So, like, again, we're in front of ADP here last night in Asian and London. Very, very difficult price action here. So, yeah, sometimes, like, when the markets are choppy like that, the setups that work for us over and over and over and over and over again are gonna, you know, have a low probability of working out, just because the market itself is chopping around and has no direction. So. Revenge, yeah, exactly. But, you know, every trader is going to take losses. The difference is, what are you going to do with them, you know? Are you going to consider it failure or feedback, right? The market's always teaching you stuff. So if you're willing to listen and learn, you'll catch on to it.
Yeah.
I always like to say after a loss, are you sure you still want to day trade?
Yeah, if you don't want to take any losses, then just don't trade.
The buys today, I am looking for them, but we're overextended at this point. So what I want to see is just like a little bit of a pullback. Yeah. We didn't really get much outside of that little 15-minute right there. So, plus I'm more open to trading in the 9 a.m. hour here instead of the 8 a.m. here, because we had all the news come out. Previous 1 hour also has no top wick on it. So, yeah, let's see if we can close like right at resistance with no top wick too on this candle.
Yeah, I was looking at the 15 salary, but I agree with you. Just
Yeah.
wait here.
Yep. When you blow an account, can you buy back in? Yeah. I have a bunch of accounts, so I have a bunch of them. So one of them just got, you know, shot and killed pretty much. But I still got a lot of other accounts and stuff. I think that was my first trade on that account too. So I wasn't up in profits or anything. What futures broker I use? So I use Tradeovate as of right now. I'm still looking for a good, maybe a better futures broker. So yeah, if anyone knows of any, I mean, I know of the big ones, but I'm looking for one that can really like trade with Project X here.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Why do we choose 81? 81 is because this is where we have this like kind of like all the 30-minute stuff going on here. So like you see here, like 81, a lot of rejection at 81, a little fake out at 81, support at 81, resistance at 81, fresh resistance at 81. So yeah, that's why we use that one. I think you could use 81 or 84 here today. Truck driver looking to learn how to trade? Let's go. We got some truck drivers here. Interesting in finding someone that can guide me. Schedule's irregular. I think it's a perfect segue into the clubhouse. What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
Yo, it doesn't really matter what your schedule is. We run live streams basically all around the clock. So we're gonna cover the best times to trade. Like whether it's I'm in Eastern time, right? So we will cover the morning, we will cover the evening, we will cover all throughout the night, right? The London session. So if you have a tough schedule and you're trying to trade around that, you got to see, hey, what time suits me best? You know, what time can I focus the most on trading? And look, I mean, you might work all night, so maybe you can't trade London, but you could trade pre-New York and New York, or you work all night and into the morning, so you can't trade London, you can't trade New York, but maybe you can trade Asian session later, right? So like it just depends. You know, I would look into the clubhouse. If you're looking for someone to help and guide you, you really don't have to look any further, but you know, I'll leave that to you, and check out the website and all that good stuff.
Yep, facts. Yep, if you can fit a nice like schedule for yourself, you know, that balance, you know, that allows you to do your truck driving and to trade. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, we got a lot of guys here, truck drivers and also trade.
You want to set up a routine, you know, or a schedule that's going to allow you to be the most consistent, you know. Yeah. So whatever is going to allow you to be the most consistent is what you should do. Yep.
Consistent, enjoyable, right? You can show up there with a good attitude. If you got your kids running around, or you know, you might not have the best attitude, right, while you're trying to lock in and make money. So any time in your day where you can just block out some space, even if that means like just having conversations with the people around you or your family, letting them know, hey, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to commit to, this is what I can see happening as a result, right? And just get on the same page with your family and lock in.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's see. Trade Station? Yeah, I've heard of Trade Station too. Yeah. I think out of all the bigger ones, like Tradeovate's probably the best one that I've used so far. Oh my God. Yeah. Let me scroll down on the Clubhouse, man. They're still screaming, hey, how are you?
Any problems with Tradeovate?
Yeah, me neither. Outside of like the little delay and the candle flipping and all that, other than that, it's fine. I mean, you could just watch Project X and then, you know, execute on Tradeovate. So it's not that big of a deal.
That's what I'll do too.
Yeah. Can you give me a quick rundown on the prop firm that you're using? Yeah, so this is top one futures. So they use the platform Project X, which you hear us all talking about that we like so much and whatnot. So yeah, this is it. They have go to top1futures.com. You can check out their accounts. They have like evaluation accounts. I think they call them the Elite Challenge, where you take a challenge, right? You have to pass a certain percentage, right, or profit margin, or profit target, and then they'll fund you. Or you could skip that part, go straight to the funded, spot with like the instant funded accounts and use them. Those are typically what I like to use. I think if you're already pretty decent at trading, the instant funded route's the way to go. If you're still learning and, you know, trying to understand this, I think buying like a cheap Elite Challenge account, that'll probably do wonders for you. So it just depends on where you're at, whether you're profitable now or you're learning how to get profitable. I would, either go with one or the other. The Elite Challenge, it's cheaper too. If you use code TTE, then I think you get the biggest discount they got. So yes, Roberto, give me a little bit more time. It's coming though. I got to make sure everything's pristine, everything's correct for my team before we make a move. Favorite book right now? The Gospel of John. The Secret Book of John. Talk a lot about the consciousness. Truck driver too? Oh, let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah, we got a lot of truck drivers in the house.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we got a lot of truck drivers, man. A lot of truck drivers. My dad was a truck driver for many, many, many years. And if I didn't do this, I would have been a truck driver too, probably.
Same, bro.
Tried it a couple times, fell asleep in the truck. I said, that's probably not going to be pretty good. So, yeah, let's not do that. You know, I went with my dad, rode shotgun, obviously, right? Fell asleep every time. I said, yeah, that's I don't think I'm cut out for this. All right, so we got a 1 hour closure here. We did close above the range here. We did tap into resistance as well. So I'm going to hang tight. Still going to be looking for either a break and retest or the closure below here. So just going to hang tight another 15-minute candle and see how we do here.
We're waiting.
Now we drive gold. Yeah. Payouts being denied. No, never had that problem. Nope. I never heard anyone mention that problem, so.
Yeah, the cool thing too with trading and like working a job is, you know, it's very possible to do them both at the same time because trading requires a lot of waiting. So we're really waiting a lot of the time here. So like you could be working right now while you wait for candles to close and stuff. But I feel like as long as you're ready, as long as you understand that a closure may be happening and you can lock in for the closure, you could definitely do it. You know, truck driving, anything, you know, any job with trading.
Pull aside.
Yeah, pull aside. Definitely pull aside if you're truck driving. Man, just like
pull over, Rover.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely want to pull over for sure.
Look, if you want things bad enough, you'll always find a way to win. You know, if not, you're going to find an excuse every time. So one guy says, I have to make day trading work. I'm a truck driver. Another guy goes, oh, I don't think I can make day trading work because I'm a truck driver, right? So which one are you? You know, which one will you be? And you can fill in the blank and, you know, put any occupation or niche in there and, you know, there's your excuse or there's your reason. So, you know, I've always chose to look for the reasons. I've always chose to look for why we can, why it will work, how it will work, right? Instead of how it won't work. So, you know, again, whichever way you perceive it will be the way it actually goes down. So keep in mind, most people, they don't actually see reality. They just see, you know, they just see their thoughts and stuff, right? Through their own reality or their emotions or things that happened in their past. They base the current reality on that stuff, where other people have this ability to really see the reality, the matrix, so to speak, for what it is, right? The psyops and whatnot, and, you know, how to spot these things. And they understand that, hey, I'm not the character in the game, I'm the player, right? So a lot of you guys think you're the character of the game. Meanwhile, you're really the player with the controller in your hand, right? So once you begin to operate in that way, in that manner, you can start to see through the illusion of a lot of things, and your perception of life will completely change. And now you'll know who you are, whose you are, where you came from, and all the capabilities that you have, you know? So yeah, it might be a little too deep, but yeah, so that's, you know, a big thing to work on and, you know, study and look into. You either make an excuse or you find a way to win. That's it. And guess what? You know, maybe I'll feel bad for you. Oh, man, you're a truck driver. You don't have that much time. Damn, man, man, I wish you could do it, man. But guess what? I can feel bad for you all you want. But the game ain't going to feel bad for you, right? And the game's going to say, I don't care if you're a truck driver. If you don't start doing the things that it takes to win and get to the next levels, you'll never get it. So, you know, the game has no emotion and it doesn't care about our excuses. I could tell the game as many excuses I want and I won't win, right? As long as I follow law and follow the things that work, then I will win. So, you know, that's really all it is. A lot of people think, oh, I got bad luck or God doesn't. No, you're just lazy. You know, you're just lazy and you can't get the thoughts in the correct thoughts going in your mind to be able to excel outside of the place that you're currently in.
Facts, bro. Yeah, man, there's no such thing as luck. Only probability, just like in trading and in life, they're honestly the same, right? You want a certain goal or you want a certain outcome, you have to do whatever is going to increase the probabilities to be in your favor, right, of achieving that outcome. So 100%, bro. Create your luck by putting the probabilities in your favor.
Yeehaw. Sell or buy? I'll let you choose. You pick. You pick. Why is my chart showing 39.84? What do you mean? 39.84? Why is my chart showing 39.84? I don't know. My chart seems to be showing 39.81. How you doing? I don't know. Maybe my cursor was hovered over it. Yeah, maybe that could have been it. Right now, working from home and trading. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Have a good time with your girl while waiting for the candle to close. Exactly. You know, we promote healthy marriages over here, and you know, if that's what you got to do to buy the time, then you know, hey, if that's what's going to keep you disciplined and not revenge trading and doing stupid things in the market, then whatever works, G. Whatever works. I ain't gonna tell you don't do it. I ain't gonna tell you. Promoting healthy, happy marriages out here. Course Clubhouse. Is it too early? Yeah, brother. A month is like you're just starting to get your feet wet in 1 month, right? So again, everyone wants to make the money so fast, and I completely understand that, right? But you know, it just don't work like that. So like I was saying this last night to the crew in Asian, you know, if you can really put together that 100 trades, right, and collect that data, so with that data you got, you don't realize how much you're going to learn through those 100 trades right there, and that is probably going to take more than a month. I can't remember. So Ryan said, I think it was 3 months. I think it was 3 months that he said over 3 months he had 150 trades. He had, I don't want to butcher this. I think I wrote it down. So in 3 months, he took 150 trades, right? From those 150 trades, he has 98 winners. He has 46 losers and 3 break-evens. So what's cool is like the amount that he has probably learned through this 150 trades, right? He got a good record here now, but this is all data, right? So if he tracks those trades, which I could tell he did, and he studies that data and he makes another run, right, from 100 trades, right? Or it's 150, but let's call it 100 to 200, right? Imagine how much better, right? So from 0 to 100, 100 to 200, 200 to 300. Gang, you can only get better when you're doing this thing right. Like, there's no way not to succeed, right? If you're taking this thing serious and truly studying the data from this batch, there's no doubt you're going to be better in the next batch. And the amount that you're going to learn in that batch is ultimately going to make you better here. I think a lot of people are just not doing the work. I think a lot of people are just showing up and taking trades randomly and hoping that this thing works for them. And I'll be honest, when I was doing that, I never made money that way. Never made money. Did I make money some days? Yeah, but I gave it back on the next days, right? So I personally just think people aren't treating it serious enough. They're coming in, they're trying to take trades, they're trying to make a whole bunch of money, they're upset when they lose, they do stupid stuff. Why don't you lock in? You know, lock in or clock in, man. Like, this is that serious. So if you're really tracking your data, there's no doubt you should be getting better. Gang, some of you guys have been with me the whole time I've been live streaming. Have I gotten better? Little bit, right? A little bit better. I think I have, right? And every single year, right, you're going to get more data, you're going to get more lessons, you're going to take more trades, more reps, right? And if you're collecting everything and if you're treating it for real like a business, you will be able to observe that data, look at the data, and it will show you exactly what's working and what's not. And it's simple. You just stop doing what's not working, right? Right? And you pour the fire on what is working. And that's how you continue to level up and upgrade and become better as a trader, as a, what you fill in the blank, you know, trading is no different than anything else. So you're bound to get better when you're treating this thing serious.
Facts, bro. And you said it best, like you gotta learn before you can earn. And I feel like if you don't got that data, you shouldn't even be thinking about earning, right? I think there's some people in this chat like who don't have the data that proves that they have edge and they're trying to earn right now. It's like, let's chill. Like, let's learn how we can have data that gives us an edge, and then let's start earning, right? Wouldn't that just make more sense?
100%.
So it's like, you shouldn't even be thinking about earning if you don't got the data that shows that you are a profitable trader, right?
Imagine that.
So you come up with that data first, learn how to get that data, and then look to earn with that data.
It's like going to get a job, and that job requires a diploma, but you're only 2 years into your 4-year degree, and you think that they're going to hire you, when it clearly states you need 4-year diploma. Right? So right. you gotta really focus on. I'll be honest. I was hungry to learn. I enjoy learning. So you got to get hungry. You know, get hungry to get better. Right? Don't try and wing this thing next year. You did that all 2025. It doesn't work. You see, you have a year of data of that not working, right? So don't wing it this year in 2026. Really put together a master plan, you know, as if this is a business, because, gang, it is a business, right? You should be doing your tax. You know, these are 1099. You should be running this all through an LLC. This is a real company, not something to play around with. You know, maybe if you're just getting started, you're playing around with it. And by the way, if you want to play around with it, that's fine. Right, I'm only talking to the ones that are trying to treat it like a business, get serious, clean up their bad habits, and begin to change their, you know, their life for their, you know, their family and their future. So, you know, if you just want to gamble here, that's fine, right? As long as you know you want to gamble. But for the ones that are trying to figure this thing out, I mean, this is good advice to really consider.
Yes, sir. Yeah, hopefully, you know, yeah. Hopefully, you know, someone today may be out here trying to earn right now without that data. Will just stop for a minute, stop losing a bunch of money and risking a bunch of money, trade small, focus on learning, and then with that data that they learn how to have an edge, they can now use that to earn.
Exactly.
So hopefully, like that hits someone here today who is, you know, in those shoes.
I hope so. You know, my prayer before this stream every day is just to always, you know, hope to make people better than they came in, right? So, again, you know, I want to be your friend, and I want to, obviously, we always hang around and joke and stuff too, but I also want to help you get rich, right, and accomplish your goals. And sometimes a coach got to, you know, you got to say certain things that you may not want to hear. But remember, the truth hurts sometimes, but in the end, it sets you free. Oh yeah. If your numbers are different, you're probably using forex. Yeah, you're probably using a forex chart. Yeah, you got slightly different numbers. I'm not too sure about the price action, but yeah, sometimes it ain't easy to be around winners. It really ain't, because they will push you to the next level. And the other thing is, they will never take your excuse. You know, so you could tell the excuses to like your friends at work, and they'll tell you, yeah, you're right. But anytime you go to a winner and you make an excuse, he's not going to take that serious, because he himself or she or someone that they know has gone through that and ended up in victory. So when they hear you make those stupid little excuses, you know, really they're just thinking, man, this dude's soft. You know, so you really gotta get rid of the excuses and just lock in, man. Lock in. Bullish wick fill coming up. Yeah, but you know, just like earlier, it's gonna be tough to take it, right? When there's no bearish candles, no pullbacks, anything like that. So it's the 15th minute of the hour here. So it looks like we're gonna wait on 9:30, and maybe 9:30 we can get what we're looking for. Yeah.
9 a.m.
Yeah.
cooking up, 9:30.
Yeah, the coach, the people who care about you the most are going to tell you not what you always want to hear, but what you need to hear. You know, that's what's good about a coach is the coach isn't your friend, right? As much as he is your coach, and his job is to help you win and whatnot. So, you know, it's tough to really dominate in this industry without this type of mentality that we're trying to instill in you guys. You know, it's very difficult. It's a hard industry. Trading is not easy, and then to be consistent month after month, and you know, have you be able to like depend on this income to feed your family and take care of your lifestyle is you know, you got to be serious about it. You can't just play around with it.
For real. Nah, for real. Props to everyone here. Honestly, you know, whether you're you know, experienced trader or beginner, like this, like Nick said, this isn't easy, and to do this, like you got some cojones in you, right? So
yeah, for
Now let me ask you though, what's easy?
everything, but
You know?
nothing. Whatever you want to
If you
be.
think
question.
about it, what's
That's a
easy? I mean, going to a job that you hate is not easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's painful. So, I guess you know you choose.
You know, my
Make it
gym.
easy.
My gym trainer asked me yesterday, he said, Nick, you know, you're one of my best guys right here. Like, how do you do it? Like, what drives you? Because he sees me. You know, you ever get any weightlifters here? You get into that mode where you just go sicko mode. You know what that means? Like, you find the flow in your reps and you're just in. You know, you find that spot and you just go, right? When the weight, there is no weight. It's just motion. It's just motion, right? So he asked me, you know, like you're so consistent. You do everything I ask you to do. Blah 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 blah. He goes, what? How is this so easy? I said, brother, when the result is clear, the work is easy, right? So when you have the clear cut result of who you want to become, what you're looking to accomplish, the work is light, gang. The work is light. Staying disciplined, staying patient, respecting the playbook, following your rules is easy work. Right? Learning how to do this thing at that point is easy work. I enjoyed staying up and watching the streams. I enjoyed learning and getting better and reviewing my data. So can you fall in love with the walk, right? With the journey? Earl Nightingale says it best, right? The pursuit, right? The pursuit of a worthy dream is success. It's not even necessarily the goal that gets hit, right? Because some of you guys get fun. You're like, that was amazing. But that process to get here was, yeah, that was even better. Like I proved to myself that I'm a champion. I'm a winner. I'm willing to do what it takes. I'm willing to do what others won't so I can live like others can't. You know what I'm saying? So can you fall in love with the journey? Like I love that one quote. It's like the guy who can fall in love with the walk, right, is going to have a much better time than the guy that's just trying to get to the end, right? So the guy that's trying to get to the end, he may give up if the walk gets too hard. But if the guy just loves the walk, right, and embraces it and gets into that flow state, then he's most likely going to finish that race, right? So same deal with you, same deal with me. So really lock in on things like that and, let's take your life to the next level. No reason not to. You got one life here. Why not just give it all you got? Bugatti. Yeah.
For real though.
Flow state, baby. Flow state. But, going back to it, when the result is clear, the work is easy. Right? So when the end result is clear, the work is very, very easy to get done. So just find out. And again, that goes back to what we talk about all the time, which is the dream, the why, When was the last time you went dream building? You got a crappy little Corolla, but you really want a beautiful Mercedes-Benz. Well, how bad do you want it? When was the last time you went to Mercedes-Benz? When was the last time you went in the showroom, looked at the car, felt the paint, opened the door, smelled the new car smell, felt the leather, felt the steering wheel, right? Visualize yourself driving that. right? When was the last time you took your wife, held her by the hand, say, honey, let's go look at this open house? You know, we can't get it yet, but it'd be really nice. It'd be really nice to put something on the vision board like this and work towards it. You know, this is how you move forward in life. You know, otherwise you get caught up in the mundane and just doing what you do, right? You go to work, you come home, you cook this, you do that, you go to work, come home. So, yeah, we're talking about changing your life here. You know, not just making a couple bucks trading. So,
being wealthy in all the areas of your life, not just your pockets. Yep.
did we trade today? No, we're looking for potential. Let me see the 4 hour here. Yeah, so we're looking for potential buys above 90 or sells below 81. Yes, could be a little problem here around 90 though. So really trying to see if we can short the market back down. But the 4 hours continue to move bullish here. So we'll see.
Yeah, we want to see that fresh support, right?
We do.
For the buys above 92.
Yes, I was open to buys. I was really actually open to buys above 81, but we needed that little, you know, pullback, and we never got that, right? I was looking to maybe take buys here or maybe take them here after we get support, but we never got that. We're just moving on up here. We're just moving on up, right, Kingman? What sound does the cow make? Moving on up. Kingman actually has not came in to check on us yet today, so.
What's up with that? He's late.
He'll be here in 2 minutes.
Yeah, right.
25, he'll be in.
He'll be here
25.
Yeah. Maybe by 9:30.
Somewhere in between there.
Yeah. Somewhere between 9:30 and 10.
Oh, here, wow.
No way.
How are you, young man? We were just talking about you.
That's
All
crazy.
good things, of course. You all right? How'd you sleep?
Bro, I love how he checks up on this
Dude's
guy
like
every
checking me, like just G-checking me, walking, but don't walk behind me, bro. Don't walk. No, I'm just kidding. How are you, my big boy? Huh? Great to see you. Checking up on business. Say hi, everyone.
What's going on, champ?
That's how I came in. Dude's smiling.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's right.
Bros.
Yeah, bud. Did you have a good sleep? Yeah.
Bro, that's the G. Man just checked on his father real quick. Like, yo, what's up? Big King Man.
And he's gone. And he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, our news also came out bearish for gold too. So that's another reason why we've been holding off, waiting for at least a support to form before we take any buys.
Yeah, for sure. See a resistance first, and then a closure above it.
Yo, you guys are hilarious.
Yeah, Norbin.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Fear
John.
of winning. That sounds like maybe like the winner's curse in trading. Mark Douglas talks about it. It's the winner's curse where, you know, you win so many trades in a row where now you think you're literally the boss of the market. You think you just run stuff, honestly, right? And you think that you're better than the market, right? And that's what the winning curse is in trading, is it gets to our ego and we think we're so much better than what we are. But really it was just our system, right? So when we think we're so much better than we start trading ourselves, right? Our ego and emotions start trading and not the system. So yeah, you know, the losing can do that, winning can do that. That's why we say, like, you got to stay composed. Like, it ain't easy, you know, but the work is in the doing, right? So yeah, man, you got to stay composed, and it's just got to be straight up rinse and repeat every day. Follow the system. That's it. That's what's going to help you, you know, not get in your head too much is when you take it out of your head and you put it into your system, right? You trade your edge. Get out of your head, you know? Does that make any sense, Norbin? Yeah, definitely not afraid of the markets, right? But you feel like you're better than the markets, is what I'm trying to say.
Better than the markets. Just try not to think too much.
Yeah,
Try not
definitely
to
trying
think
to
too
think,
much.
bro. How about this, Norbin? Don't even think, bro. Just act on your system. No more thinking, bro. So when thoughts like that come into your head about like fear of winning, just like let them go, dude. Like let them be, and just run your system, run your game.
Yep. I try not to think too much, you know, like even sometimes when you ask me, hey, how was Asian last night? I'm like, I gotta remember, you know, almost, because I just, as a trader, you gotta have a very short memory. You take one trade, you move on to the next. System, win, lose, or draw. You can't really bring any of that into the next trade with you. So whether that be a string of winning trades or a string of losing trades, you can't really, you know, give it, I don't know, get too consumed in it.
There's really no thinking at all, right? We do not have to do any thinking. Like we know our setups, we know our entries, we know our stop losses, our TPs. That's all fixed, right? So why are you thinking now?
Yeah.
Why are you thinking? Why aren't you just acting on what you know you need to do?
Yeah, you already did your thinking. You know, when you were like, okay, I'm going to commit to this playbook, I'm going to commit to this plan, and then you started studying the playbook and studying the entries and studying the exit and studying the higher time frames, and you did the thinking then, right? So now it's just execution. You already thought, right? And those thoughts gave you a profitable trading system, and now it's just you know, you just got to follow it now.
So I think Norman, bro, that's your answer. It's your thinking. Stop thinking, man.
Or just, you know, your thoughts create your life. So just observe your thoughts, you know what I mean? And just make them good. Every time you have a thought like that, just replace it with a better thought. You know, no, actually, I'm a 8-figure trader because I follow the probability system, and that's that. You know what I mean? And let that thought go. 1 minute here. Holy, do we get a massive bleeder at 9:30 now? Right? Price move up all session, 9:30. Do we get a melt? Do we get it? Pretty interesting price action today since really since the daily open. ES?
Yeah, I guess maybe.
Yeah. What do you say?
I was just saying maybe I shouldn't say like don't think, but you know what I mean, right? Like
Yeah,
act
yeah.
overthinking. You
Yeah,
know what
just
I mean,
try not to
Rafi?
think too
Like,
much.
Nick?
Yeah, just try not to think too much about it.
The thing is, Johnny, with this kind of stuff, there are a lot of subconscious forces that we can't even see. We feel it and we respond to those things, and sometimes we're like, I don't know why that happens. You know, and it happens in different times in our whatever situations is, you know, like sometimes it's fear of success, sometimes fear of failure, sometimes it's fear of making too much money. Like there are a lot of things that doesn't necessarily correlate to the trader itself, but the person. And this is the reason why we talk about the self, right? There are parts of the self that are helping you run the show. And if one or two of them are not in alignment, there's gonna be problem. There's gonna be resistance. So there's a lot in there to explore. It's not necessarily you thinking or not thinking. It just there are patterns in there that are getting activated for certain reasons, and that's when you need to dive in, like we were just talking about yesterday, right? Look inward.
Mm-hmm. Hey, if we could break this high here, if we can really like tap into that white line right here at 96, then I might have a sell stop here, anticipating the fake out, right? Something like this to go down, re-break the low, drive down at 930. So let's see if we can get up there. If we can, I think it's a pretty good opportunity. Do we come crashing down at 930? It's been all up. All right, we broke the high here. Let's see if we can come up a little bit more. If we re-break the low now, that should be good. I really want to see if we can push up a little further. A little further. Yeah, we may not. We may not. So I'm probably going to start this off with one contract. I'm going to have a sell stop here. It's going to be a fade position, right? So we came into that range there. We got volume. We got the break of the lows here. If we can tap, I think this looks like a pretty solid trade. Stops are going to be set up above like 55 pips. Going to be a riskier one, right, with the fade position, but I think we can make our way down at least into like 86 here with a quick push. Probably go break even around 88. Yeah, right around 88, and then see what we could do from there. Yeah, if you don't like this, wait and see if we get the closure. The only thing is the closure might not, might not wait. So, yeah, stops are going to be above, what is this, 97? So above 97 up here. Boom. Little fade ski, 930 pressure coming in. Looks let's see here. Say less, Johnny. That's actually hilarious.
Too funny.
All right. If we can get down into 88, we can close some partials here. That'll be roughly 28 pips ish. So let's see if we can get down there. Boom, 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 boom. Perfect. Okay, cool. Yeah, really want to see if we can get a melter here at 930. We've been moving up all morning. Let's see if we can get that pullback that we've been looking for here. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see. Hoping for the fade. Oh, yo, there it is. There it is. We just got to be careful here with this zone, right? So this zone here can still get, pushed into. So that's why I really want to see the white line get tapped. But if we got our stops above that area, I think we should be good to go. Boom, boom. Yeah, 5-minute highs here. So yeah, we'll see. Vulcan trading. Zoltan trading. How about that? Zoltan. Yeah, the fade, we're obviously going to go against pretty much everything that makes the market look like it's going up here, but that's how the fade works. The fade is a very precise type of entry, so it's either going to work here, might come into play at 945 as well, or we might just keep flying up. You never know.
Anything can happen.
Anything.
Can move up, can move down.
Trades fluctuate.
One thing's gonna happen, or two things, or yeah, really one thing. It's either gonna move up or down.
That's it. Got break even. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, if you want to wait, I'd wait for a potential closure here, right? Maybe a closure below the range. That'll give you a little bit more confirmation. It's gonna take 9 minutes though, so a lot can happen in 9 minutes. Got break even. All right, all right. Do not think. That's it. The thinking's done. We already have probabilities on this setup. I'm looking at my data. The data looks good. If we take this loss, I ain't worried. I ain't worried. Yep. Tap that break even. Okay, a lot of you guys want break even. Yeah, I mean, it's the fade, right? So you really want to see a nice clean push. I think we could still get it here. So might need to wait on a 15 closure.
That's what I was thinking too. Like if it doesn't melt in this trade, like it probably does close below though,
Yeah, yeah, maybe a closure below, yep.
If it doesn't happen here.
fluctuate. Where's the volume? King man?
Right?
Let's bring him in here.
Coming in.
Incoming.
Came in back in you.
Bring the kid. Bring the kid.
Get the kid. Honey, get the kid.
Get him.
Bump, 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 bump. BE, nice, got BE. Very nice, very nice. I'm still holding, still looking to hold this. See if we can get a push out of it. Gonna close partials if we can get to 88, and then yeah. Can we re-break the low? We don't really have much of a reason to go break even yet either, so just gotta hang on.
Buckle up, buddy.
Buckle up.
Buckle up, bro. For real. Let me put my seatbelt up. Let's go for a ride.
Partials at 88. Yeah, same. Yeah, partials at 88. Yep, same here. I feel like the fade works best when the 4-hour concept happens. Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, right now we're sitting, is that the 4-hour high? Yeah, so we got our 4-hour high sitting there. So that basically is the target, you know. This 4-hour candle should really even be looking to come back bearish now, right? But we'll see. We'll see.
Steep rejection there.
Yeah, you got a big rejection. You're overall bearish, right? So all right, 6 minutes on a closure here. More break evens? Okay, cool. Yeah, whatever you did here is fine. Yeah, I like 88, so I like seeing that first, then maybe go and break even, right? Once, if we could break through that low, you know, we go break even, and then we should get a decent meltdown back into like 85 there. Yeah. Waiting for the re-break of the low? Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, re-break of the low, then go and break even. That's not a bad idea either. Because if you do respect the previous candle low, you know, that makes sense too. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, how are you? Let's see. No volume though. Just a flip-flop candle here at 9:30.
Pretty much, bro. I'm 30 sleeping.
King man, get him in here.
Something's about.
Where is he when we need him?
I don't know what.
Yeah, you could also go break even now. Like, you know, we're at break even and just close. You know, if you want to wait for the candle here to close, you could do that as well. You know, but you got to be okay with us, you know, hitting TPs and if you're gonna hold, you got to be okay with hitting stops.
Yep. Yeah, accept the outcome, accept the random outcome before you even get into the trade, you know, is the key to having peace in your trading.
Something about 94. I'm not sure what your question was about 94. Oh yeah, that's right. We got 10 a.m. red folder news coming in here as well. Yeah, we'll see how that goes on.
What's up, Jeff? Yeah, not interested in the breakout here because we're a bit overextended and we're right at resistance.
Yeah, same. No buys for me.
We're overextended at least, yeah.
I love the tense feeling of being in draw. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, the guy that can love that more than the guy that wants the result, he's going to win, man. He's going to win all day. All right, perfect. We can close some partials here. Beautiful, beautiful. Get out of the cells. Why would I want to get out of the cells, man? All right, partials has been closed here. So let's see if we can get a continued push down. I'm also going to move stops to break even now. And let's see if we can get that move straight into 84 here. Yeah, straight into 84. Let's see if we can get it. Maybe even a little bit, maybe like 85, right? A little bit here. Yeah, that works perfect.
I like it, bro. Hold it.
And we'll just go break even now, right? We got news coming up here too. So I'm going to fully close on one of these accounts here. Boom, and then yeah, we'll let this one run. Simple, simple.
Yep, W.
W.
Happy for y'all.
Yep.
Do you take that, Johnny?
Nah, I didn't. I stayed
John's
out.
waiting on that closure.
I'm waiting on that closure, but super happy for all y'all eating on these pips.
Yeah, that's the fade we're looking for, just like that. You know.
I accepted that it could leave without me too, so
Of course.
it's all good. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna peekaboo? What are you gonna do?
That's not a favorite.
You're in the buys? Yeah, no buys for me. No buys for me. Best of luck.
Rafi, you took it?
Yeah, I closed full on that
Right
candle.
here? Yeah,
All
nice.
right,
Yep.
good. I'm glad. Yeah, Nick, you only went one lot here, right? So,
Yeah, I went one lot here. I closed the trade on my other accounts though, so we're good over there. We'll see if we can get a push into 85 here. Maybe on the next candle. We got 1 minute left.
Let's get it, Mugs. W, bro. That's exactly what we were talking about. You know, an Asian session in New York. Started the day negative 500. Now you're up 300. So let's get it, W. Way to prove it. It can be done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, TK's eating, man. Eating good.
Damn, bro, it's fire.
Dang.
That boy grubbing. That boy grubbing.
Enjoy that, TK.
TK, how we feeling? All right.
Looks fire.
I'm going to close full right here,
Close it,
gang.
bro.
I'm out. Great trade. 51 pips. W's in the chat.
Good job,
And
W.
congratulations to all who follow the playbook without any emotions and
Congrats,
just
bro.
do what they're supposed to do to make money.
Yep. W, bro. Congrats.
A lot of scaredy pants in the chat. By
Hey,
the
if
way,
you're scared, just stay out like me, right?
everyone who was going against my bias, I wrote your names down. You're all getting pink slips tomorrow when I tell Kingston who you are.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Sometimes, gang, you just got to let me cook. You just got to let me cook. Yeah, what a trade. All right, let me screenshot that real quick. Boom. And let's get it marked up. Perfect. We're totally out of this. We're out before the end of the hour, too. And I don't care if this thing wants to melt 1,000,000 pips now. Doesn't matter to me.
Fire.
Boom, boom. Let me just mark this trade up here real quick, and then we can discuss it if you'd like. Let's see. All right, perfect. All right, another lovely one. If you took that trade, put a W in the chat. Throw a W in the chat. We needed that one, right? Kind of bouncing back here off of that one. New York session typically will bring what we're looking for, deliver the heat. I got that on 5 accounts too, so luckily I hooked up my copy trader yet. So great trade, everyone. We're out before news. Our money has been made, and now we can just sit tight and wait. Yeah, wait for tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding. Anyone have questions? Because I could see a lot of people were a little confused. I could see a lot of people were actually looking to go long here, which I can't really understand why. But any questions, you're more than welcome to throw them in the chat, and we could chat about them. Get chat about them. The news. Yeah, the news came out bearish here for gold too. You know, 4 hours bear, right? Daily's bear. 4 hours bear. Respected the highs. 1 hour, we've been looking for that pullback on the 1 hour. 30-minute, you know, we're looking at this little observation zone here. I really would have liked to see us hit that 96 level, but it's all good. You know, you can't get exactly what you're looking for every single time, so that was good enough. The stops are kept above 96 just in case we wanted to go back up there. And the 15-minute and 30 were just beautiful fade opportunities, you know, things that we see on a regular basis. So, yeah, simple trade. Simple trade.
Yep.
Who's got questions? Because although it might be simple to me and a bunch of others, it might not be simple to you. So if you have questions, you know, let's get them answered. Got break even? Yeah. So again, you know, I think a lot of you guys rushed break even there. You got to really trust it, man. You know, that's what we're trying to tell you guys. Like, trust the trade, trust the probability, trust the data. You know, there really was no reason to go break even. So we had volume. It was 9, right? 930. You had great stops here too, right above all the highs. So yeah, simple trade. I'm not closing. All right, man. Do your thing, brother. Do your thing. We might fill that wick. We actually may fill that wick. Yeah, and you know, a lot of times, like what you do too, you come off of a loss or two or whatever, and then you just, you know, you emotionally manage trades and whatnot. See how I didn't care, right? See how I just let it play, just very calm, very composed. You know, just let it do its thing. You know, even with others throwing their analysis and saying, no, it's gonna be a buy and get rid of the sell and I'm long and all this crazy stuff, right? You gotta stick to your data, gang. You have to stick to what works for you. And just trust it, man. Trust it. Remember, you did the thinking already when you chose to understand and study these positions.
That's the plan.
Stops and profit. Beautiful. Beautiful. Nice job, man. Nice job.
Awesome.
Why don't you trail your stops instead of closing full? Because I have a stupid consistency rule that you have to follow. Otherwise, you can't get paid. So I already broke it. So I'm trying to follow the next one now. Yeah. The big M. What you got going on here, man? Oh, look it. No excuse. My man's in some sort of ER room right now, brother. Hope you're feeling good and doing well. I know you're getting paid, but I hope you're doing well too, man. Wow.
Man's got the.
And some of you guys, like, I can't get to my work right now. I mean, I have my own private office at work, but it's really hard for me to take the trades with you guys, right? Meanwhile, look at this guy, man. No excuses will work, gang.
Facts, bro. W, man.
How them buyers feeling right about now, man? Holy. Where they at, though? I told you, 930 we're melting, man. There's a very high chance that if we've been moving up, right, we will melt here at 930. But, yeah, you know, what do I know? What do I know?
I mean, took a guess, bro.
We just took a guess, right? We just took a wild
You literally
guess.
just took a guess, bro.
Yeah. We just took an educated guess. That's all.
Exactly.
Why are the buys not valid? I mean, look how long you've been moving up, right? Just look at the 1 hour chart. Look at the. So we're talking about taking a buy up here, right? That's crazy to me. Raja would curse me out if I did something like that. So we're talking about taking a buy when the 1 hour candle has already done all this. That's what you call overextended. But yeah, what a move. What a 930 push. Straight into 84, even lower now into, damn, tap 79 there. Incredible. Yeah, of course we have confirmation, gang, right? So we look at this area here, right? and we notice that there's the highs, right? So if you guys heard me when the candle opened, right, we made a little lower wick, and then I said we've got to break the highs, right? If we can break those highs, we could potentially have a sell stop. Why are we waiting for those highs to break? So that way the buyers can get in, right? The guys that are looking to get into the buys a little late up here or still holding buys, they're in right now, right? So ideally, if we could have popped up a little higher, that would have been better. But we didn't necessarily need that, especially if we could afford stops above there, which they were like 50 pips. So we could do that. So that break of the high was very, very important. And then at 9:30, right, if this candle makes a low, right, a lot of volume coming in, breaks the high, why would it re-break the low? Unless it truly wanted to drive down, right? And we've seen this happen over and over and over and over. We've studied this move probably more than you've studied trading, you know? So we've studied this a lot, right? So we understand when those highs break, this candle has no business breaking the lows here, right? And again, when we put together the entire story of what's taking place in the market right now, you can understand how a drop is coming, right? At 9:30 at that next higher time of volume. So plus what we'll do here is before this news comes out, we'll get a push, right? And then if that news wants to come out, let's just say bad for the dollar now, right? You'll have your next bullish move crank up after that, right? Something like this, because we needed that pullback right there for us to continue moving bullish. So it's just about putting the story together, understanding where the liquidity is, right? And just being precise, getting involved in it. Yeah, we were in that trade a little bit longer than most of our fades, but you know, we had our hands tied. We couldn't really do much. There was no point in going break even or closing anything. So we just had to, you know, let the candle play out. Yeah. Yep. But very key here, you know, this break of the high is extremely important, because if we don't do that, you're going to break that low, activate sellers, and then most likely go up and continue moving bullish, right? These are some of the things that we learned when we collected the data on this setup here, right? So for those of you that don't know, we spent 1 year collecting data on this, right? Watched it for a year, then collected data for a year, and then began to trade it this year, you know, and now it's got a very high win rate. We do very well with the fade, and it's easy for us to spot now, right? Are we still wrong here and there about it? Yeah, sometimes, you know, you're not always going to be right, but yeah, today we got all the signs that we needed. High volume, break of the highs, liquidity, clean traffic to the left, direction with the higher time frame, and you know, with all that being said, you got to execute there. You got to execute. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. Has anyone ever told you you're pretty good at trading? I'm all right. You know, I've never really claimed to be like the greatest trader ever. You know, I just come here, show up and trade. And then, you know, you guys can base, you know, your decision off of what you see and hear. But yeah, I think we're doing one hell of a job. I really do. And we care about this a lot. You know, it's not something that, I mean, this is what I do, you know, so it's not something I take lightly. I want to be the best, right? So I put in the work. Who called my barber for that fade? Hey, yo, let's get it. Let's get it. Call the barber, baby.
Right.
Call the barber.
Tell him you want the fade, bro.
Tell him you want the fade. Fades for everyone. Yeah. Yeah, so like, you know, again, never really claimed to be anything great. We just show up here every day. We do our best, and these are the results we get, you know. So we're just trying to, you know, really excel at this thing and treat it serious. Treat it serious, man. When I seen guys like Q Banks and Raja Banks and this bank and that bank and him and her, and I seen these guys cashing 50K in a day, 10K in a day, I wanted that, you know, and that was enough for me to commit, you know, to that type of life. So Nick Banks. Would those other highs be more probable to sell from? Not necessarily. So you got to really understand the time, you know, just like if you guys played sports, you know, your eye is always on that clock, right? You always got to know where the clock is. So same thing in trading. You got to know what time it is, right? Where we're at on the clock. And at 9:30, I'm anticipating, right, the fake out right here, right there. So I don't expect us to drive up here, right? And then melt down at 10. Although on a day like today where there's news, that could happen. But, you know, for the most part, I want to see a fake out right here. And then what do you got right here? Fake out. So again, if you're waiting for the 15-minute closure there, at this point now, it's too late to enter that trade. And that's the reason why we began to dive into the fade and take that impulse trade where we took it. It's because like a lot of times we would wait. We say, yeah, let's wait for a 15 closure, right? But by the time it closed, it looked like that and the move was gone. So that's where we started getting crafty and looking at these break of the lows and studying all this right here. You know, you have no clue, gang, how many hours have gone into studying this area right here. You have no idea. You have no idea. So we really do our homework on this stuff. Trust me, we don't play with your futures. We would not want to do that, right? So we want to perform the best we can. And yeah, so we've seen this happen so many times. What do you usually my data? Yeah, I just track my data on TradeZilla. That's all. Yeah. So for instance, like the fade, I didn't put this trade in yet, but the fade has a 94% win rate over 31 trades. So when someone yells, no, it's going to be a buy, or I'm taking buys, or get out of that sell, or you're crazy for selling, I just look at this and then I giggle in my mind real quick. And then I write your YouTube username down, and then I give it to Kingman later so he could write you up a pink slip. So, you know, again, you can't follow other people, right? I don't know who you are. You might be a 14-year-old kid in your mom's basement hanging out in your boxers right now playing Fortnite, and you're going to tell me, hey, get out that cell, right? I don't know who you are, but I do know my data, right? I do know the trades that I collected. I do know my trading business very well, right? So you're never going to get me to, you know, shake on my own data. Does that make sense? That goes for everyone here, by the way. You might think Mr. Hojo in the Discord, because he's in the clubhouse, is some phenomenal trader, and you're going to listen to him. Yeah, you got to listen to your data over anything and everything, gang. All right? Just a very, very good piece of advice. Another thing as well is in the Discord, right? You're really not going to find... This is a community that's it's like very different from other ones, right? In other communities, all the members have these big egos, and they're all trying to call signal trades, like as if they're someone, right? And a lot of times that messes up the other members, where in our Discord, you're only going to see traders talking about trading ideas or current market conditions. So when traders take positions and they win or lose and they show you the result, you can't get upset about, oh God, you know, tell us when you're taking a trade, or, you know, look, gang, they don't have to be responsible, right? They don't want to be responsible for if that trade goes in the wrong direction and then you take a loss either, right? So you got to understand that too. Like, the community has standards, you know, we would appreciate if you continue to follow them. The standards are designed to make you the best you that you can be. Trust me, gang, if giving signals was the way to make you better, I'd give them. But it's not the way. It's not the way. And you'll thank me later that we don't give signals like that and do stuff like that, because you're going to begin to understand and comprehend this stuff on your own, right? Based off of the conversations that go on, whether they're on the live streams or within the Discord, right? So those traders don't want the responsibility of telling you, hey, I'm taking a buy here, and then you get in and you lose, right? That wouldn't be fair to them either. So just keep all that in mind. Just a little 2 cents. There's the bleed. Oh my God, the buyers right now.
Buyer did jobs. That news coming in.
Damn, B. Here's that news now. Here comes the news. So yeah, perfect. So again, you know, the fade takes a lot of precision, right? And look at week just, I mean, it couldn't get any more perfect than that, right? Oh man, I got my 100 pips. Let's go. Let's go. W. Down goes Frazier. Yeah. So yeah, man, I think that should do it. Another winning day here. another great day here. Just it's been an easy week, I would say, outside of last night. You know, last night we were in a very tough environment with the daily being bearish and us really being down here, you know, throughout Asian and London session. It was very difficult, right? Like you want to go short, right? But there's support. You want to go long, but you're super bearish. So yeah, I think Asian and London were very, very tough conditions. New York, all you had to do was wait today in New York, right? So I think in New York, you probably could have either took the buy here to move up, or, you know, if you can spot it, you know, take that sell that we took. So yeah, market got a little bit better. Where can you learn the strategy? Right here. Just you know, search around my YouTube and watch some videos on YouTube and all that. If you want to take it to another level, come into the clubhouse. I got a whole course in there, and live trading, webinars, all that stuff. What would be wrong with the buy, as it was a 30-minute breakout? The higher time frames are bearish. You know, daily's bearish, 4 hours bearish, right? Even though the 4-hour candle looks like this, that doesn't discredit the fact that it's still bearish, right? It's still off of a bearish trend and a bearish previous candle. So look how that candle melted all the way back down. Basically did exactly what we anticipated it doing. Right? So, and then outside of the higher time frame direction, I mean, the 30-minute breakout, look where the nearest support was, right? That's 177 pips away from a support. And we all know that the best buys are going to happen off a support, right? So just a couple reasons right there. Just 3 like super obvious reasons to stay away from that 30-minute breakout. Yeah, good question though. Good question. And that's again like tying in all the time frames, right? So if you're only looking at the 30, right, you're like, man, this looks excellent. You know, a lot of bullish pressure. Let me just take the buy, right? Remember someone asked me earlier, you know, like the time frames confuse me. What should I do, right? If you're only looking at the 30, you're going, man, the buys are never gonna end here, right? Let's just keep on partying, right? And you're just gonna assume that price is just gonna keep driving up. But you know, sometimes like the market needs that pullback, right? It needs that fluctuation to continue driving. So now that the 4-hour left a wick and closed bullish, maybe, you know, just maybe now buys can come about, right, above 81 again. So does that make sense? Any questions on that? It's pretty important. I want to enroll in the clubhouse. Please give me a discount. It is discounted, actually. The price is going up. So the price is about to go up here in like 1 or 2 weeks. So get in while it's hot. I don't think anyone is dipping out right now. We have momentum on our side. We have the end of the year to close strong. There is no time to waste. No time to waste. So if you're not locked in right now, maybe you just need a winning team and come over to the clubhouse, ask good questions. Other than that, just stick to being a student, man. Just sit there and learn, right? Just learn, man. Just learn. Have fun. Enjoy the learning process, and let's get your trading business situated.
Thanks, bro.
There's no discount, but there's coupons. You just got one.
Yeah, we just called
on a daily basis. You get the
for
coupons.
Only coupons. YouTube live stream trades. So if you don't want to spend 150 on the clubhouse, then just put that 150 in a live account and flip it.
Best of
luck.
luck.
Use that.
Yeah. I love hearing the one thing. Hey man, once I get that payout, I'll be in there. All right, bro. We'll be waiting. We'll be waiting. And then you just see exit strat 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000 payouts. Is like, you know, how much more do you really have to see? You know, if you're profitable, that's one thing. But if you're not profitable and you're not where you want to be, I mean, you need help, right? You need help as soon as possible. I'm no genius, but I'm smart enough to know if I don't know things, I need help, and I need help fast, right? I don't want to waste too much time in the learning process. I don't mind the learning process, but I don't want to stay there longer than I have to. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Rack up the coupons. Yeah, there you go.
Rack them up.
Ryan. kinda.
Yeah,
kinda.
I was laughing.
Facts, Ryan.
There you go.
That's
I'll
facts.
give you guys some feedback from the clubhouse. Tell YouTube, joining the clubhouse will not be a thing they will regret. I promise. There you go. Promises, man. Promises.
Just that.
Ryan, you're hilarious. Best decision of the year. I love that. I love that.
Let's go. Let's go, Norbin. Norbin got a payout and then bought a year of the clubhouse.
If anything, we need to know.
Get it.
Yo, Rich, you're funny. You heard that, TK? If anything, we need a button for the annual payment. All right, now that this 4-hour candle is moving back up here, right? You got a nice bottom wick here. Let's just see how that news came out at 10. Green numbers again, a little mixed red and green here. So yeah, I mean, price can go either way. 4-hour candle's got a lower wick now though, so starting to move bullish. I think if you can get like a 30-minute, maybe even a 15 closure above, it looks pretty good for buys. Yeah,
That's
and
what
if
I'm
not,
waiting on.
if you do get the setup, now what we're getting here too is a potential, like even like if you didn't take this sell because you were waiting for like a range 2 sell, now you have that opportunity to set up here for you to continue moving bearish today. So yeah, multiple ways we can go here. I think 39.81 plays a pretty big role in the direction of price today. No, we don't give any signals in the clubhouse. Nope. I mean, we call trades, so we do the live trading, and we do everything you see here we do in the clubhouse for all the sessions. But let's say like traders are not on a live stream and they're looking at trades, or even me myself, like I'll go talk about the idea. I'll go, converse about the conditions, but it's up to you to make the decision on whether you want to enter that trade or not. But again, we'll teach you so well in the clubhouse that you will not ever need someone to come try and hold your hand and call signals for you. Trust me, you don't want that. You want to know what you're doing here. Buys, I said buys above 81 potentially. Yeah, 81. How do I control my emotions? I just keep this up here. Like I said, I looked at it, I said the fade. I say, okay, deep breath. I'm in a fade position. It's got a 94% win rate over 30. This will be the 30-second trade. Got a very high RR, right? And it's a quick trade, so I understand these things about the trade. Now I move that over and now I just let it play out. Again, remember I told you guys, just try not to think too much. Just get in, trust the data. The other thing too is I've accepted the loss, right? I accept my loss before I get in my trade. I've been doing this long enough now to know that, there's going to be good looking trades that are going to lose, and there's nothing you can do about that. So what possibly could I do if I worry? What better could that make the trade if I worry and second guess myself and get all anxious? It's not going to help. So a nice deep breath, a glance over at what the data states, and in we go, my friends. And that's how I do it.
Yep.
Kelvin was popping. Yeah, all the winners. So there's a couple winners in here from the 50K Elite challenge account winners. Some of you guys haven't got your accounts yet. I think I spoke to every one of you. Yeah, so you guys should have those accounts most likely today, probably sometime this afternoon. Let me just make sure here I got everyone. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's someone missing. I'll check my Discord message later, but yeah, you guys should get the accounts today. Everyone with the instant funded accounts, I think, has them, but the dojo, do you have a different email? I've seen that there's an underscore in your email, and I've had that issue one time before with somebody else who won an account and they never got the account. So let me know if you have a better email. Maybe that's the reason. Forex course? Yeah, I have a whole course inside the clubhouse. Yeah, if you jump in the clubhouse, you'll see it. It's a whole like course laid out. Yeah, everything you need to know about how to trade this way. If you guys had 2 or 3K breaking into profit, would you put it in a live or instant? I would probably just go with the instant again. Yeah. Make a couple stacks on it and then consider the live. You really want to, you really want to set yourself up for like to go into a live account with like at least 5-10K if possible. You'll enjoy trading there. Slowly building confidence with the entries. Awesome, awesome. Accepting the outcome. Beautiful. Eagles fly alone, baby. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Are we looking for buys above on the closure? Yeah, possibly, possibly. I don't know about but I think that's probably the best. Yeah, I'm done for the day, but I'm thinking that's probably the best setup coming up here. So, but again, you gotta be careful here, right? Because 4 hour, you can go any which way here, so you need some structure. Yeah, you either need a good support here, right? Something good. If it's too high and no wick, it's not good. If it's too low like that, it's not good, right? So you need something nice and then potential buys from there. If it's like one or two of the other ones where you got no top wick or something, then that's not going to be good. At that point, you might as well wait for a closure back below the range and you might get those sells to play out. Nice little wick fill here too. Sir, choose one of them, funded account or live account. In futures, like I said, if you got like closer to $10,000 and you're trading really well, then I would definitely consider the live account. If you're still building up your capital and working and stuff, then just go with the instant funded and use their money to make more profits, and then eventually, you'll be able to get it. And by the way, it's not hard, gang. I mean, between top one and top step, it's like almost $10,000 in profit and payouts alone that I'm able to make here. So, once you get funded and you get these payouts, I mean, you can get a 5K payout, right? 8K payout, right? You can get that times 2, times 3 if you just do this thing right. And then next thing you know, you got more than enough money to put into a live account. What do you do if you keep blowing accounts and taking the wrong trades? Just take the right trades. Don't take the wrong trades anymore, man. What asset am I looking at? This is gold. This is the GC chart here. Let's take a look at ES. How do we do? Yeah, we're already in and out the market though. We're profitable here on multiple accounts today, so we'll probably wrap it up here in a few minutes. Meet up in Spain and in Europe. Yeah, we're gonna do. We're planning a London meetup in the spring of 2026. Yeah, London meetup. So for those of you guys out in the UK or anywhere near, if you guys can make it into London, then we'll be there. We're going to come pretty deep too, probably like 20, 25 people from the US, and try and meet up with a bunch of you guys out there. Appreciate the wins. You're welcome. It'd be great if you don't increase the fees. I'll think about it. I'll think about it for you. For you, my friend, for you.
I mean, it's going to be a small increase in price. I mean, nothing crazy.
Or a large one. We don't know yet, so. You never know. It might be 200. It might be 2,000 a month. You just never know. You just never know.
You better be ready to pay the fee, though, not.
If you're homeless, just buy a house. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're concerned about the price, just join in and you look in the price.
Gang, if you're concerned about the price, you need the clubhouse more than you realize. Seriously, I'm not even kidding about that. If that price scares you a little bit, you really need to get in. Yeah, we need to fix that. We need to fix your finances.
I would personally rather put the money into invest into mentorship than in trading if I don't know how to trade yet, right? Let me learn how to trade before I actually start trading. Probably the best thing to do, right? So investing in mentorship before your trading is probably best. But obviously both at the same time.
Very rarely does a guy come and says, "Hey Nick, I'm super profitable. I'm making so much money, man. Can I get in the elite program?" You know, usually that's the guy. It's not the guy, right? At that time, he already went through the elite. He already knows what he's doing, right? It's, you know, you need the mentorship when you need the mentorship, right? Not after the fact. It's not like you're gonna go out and, like, you know, become super profitable and then start learning about trading. You know, it doesn't work like that. Can you talk about payouts and buffers? Should we leave a little buffer and request less? Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea at all. You know, especially if you don't want to go through the ringer again and have to get another account and either, you know, pay more or use your profits from your payout. Yeah, leave a buffer, trade it well. I think that's probably the best advice for most people, is to leave that buffer in there. You know, leave it in there. If you're hitting multiple thousands of dollars in payouts like I am and like some of these guys are, then a blown account is nothing to you. You know, you go get it again and whatever. But I think, yeah, to do it right, you should leave a buffer. Any elite spots? Project Toro for you? Anytime, brother. Anytime. Elite. I did say I was gonna open it up this month, right? Yeah. So yeah, we'll have 2 elite spots opened. I guess we can open it up now, TK, and then we'll leave them open for the week. So 2 spots open for the one week. It's 1 year mentorship with me. I don't open this up too often. I know I promised you guys I'd do it in November. So 2 spots, 1 week only. If we fill them, we fill them. If not, it is what it is. When will I come to India? As soon as I possibly can, my friend. I promise. Time frames on gold, pretty much 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute. Yeah. I got you, Project Toro. Say less, man. For you, anything, bro. Sell's a good idea now. Nah, I don't think so. We're gonna need a little pullback for sells here. It's gonna be tough. We already moved down quite a bit.
And also close with like a rejection wick on the previous candle.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. When you don't take those impulse entries, now it's like you knew price would move down, but you didn't earn any money from it. So what happened is, over the years, I got tired of that. You know, I got tired of knowing, hey, this is most likely we're probably going to drop, but I had to wait for a closure, right? So by the time this closure came around, right, this guy right here, it's too late now, right? You're right at support here, right? And then you come into this closure, and then you're right at that support, right? And now you're trying to take this one, and you're like way down at that point, and now it's like you knew that move was going to play out, and you weren't able to get paid on it at all. So I went through that for 15 months, right, of just watching, and eventually caught on to it. You know, and that's when we started integrating the fade. Wow, birthday gift? Yeah, that'd be great, Michael. That's a good birthday gift, man. It really is. It's a different level in the clubhouse. I'm, you know, not even just saying that.
It's a different environment, most importantly too, right? You put yourself in a positive environment to start your, you know, trading sessions, really. Right? What is it like going into a community where everyone's like, yo, let's get it. Good morning, everyone. Let's go. We're blessed and highly favored. Another day to follow the plan. Like, yo, took a loss. Don't worry. We'll get it back on the next trade. Yo, good job. Congrats on making these payouts. Like, you know, like, where are you going to get that?
That's true. A lot of like just good-hearted people in there too, which is really, well, like, again, you know, there's a standard, right? There's a bit of a standard there, so it's like an unspoken, unwritten standard that everyone just seems to follow, and that's, I think that has a lot to do with you know, guiding this community through prayer and whatnot as well. So, you know, I'd like to think that helps too.
And you want more positive things to come into your life. Well, you know, you definitely want to be in a positive environment if you want more positive things to come into your life. Yeah. Right? And that's what the clubhouse will do as well. Community will do. Give you a positive environment for you to accelerate, you know, and grow into this person you want to become.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
yesterday,
the energy's different in the clubhouse, for real.
Bro, yesterday,
yeah, that's what I was saying yesterday.
I had my phone charger here, and bro, I went down. I sent the link out. I went down to put my phone on the charger. I looked back up. There was 230 people in the clubhouse already. I was like, yo, where did you guys come from? Like, that was literally like 4 seconds. So they must have just been literally waiting on it.
Yeah, bro. It's like the Zoom link is like crack, honestly, to us here. For real. Us here in this community.
That Zoom link comes out, it hits.
We're itching for it. We're ready for it. We want it.
How do you stop the urge to open new trades after making good profit? The same way like usually when I worked a job, I had this job, right? It was like 9 to 5, right? So I would work the job, and then after 5, like I already made money, right, for the day. So I didn't really have to fight the urge to go back to work. You know, I would have done very well just going home, relaxing, enjoying my time, my night, and my life. Right? So look, brother, after the work is done, don't go back to work. Right? Just go home and enjoy your night. Right? The issue is most of us think it takes 10 hours to do something, right? Because again, most of us work like 8, 9, 10 hours a day to receive some money. So when you receive some money in 30 minutes, right? And it's freaking, you know, this times 2, you think you have to do more work. You're like, and by the way, this is actually a very serious topic, right? When you start making money trading, you're not used to making money that quickly. So you think I got to do more, right? There's still more time in the day. Brother, that's the best part about it. There's still more time in the day now for you to do anything you want. Why would you trade, right? Why would you go back into the markets when you can now do anything you want? But again, we don't realize that coming from that 9 to 5 mentality. We think we're being unproductive. We think we're not doing the right thing, right? We think we're being lazy, but it's really not the case. What happened here is as you learn to make money in 30 minutes, what you did was you bought time back. You bought time, gang. So now it's only, let's say, I don't know, what time is it? 9 in the morning, right? No, 10 in the morning. I could do anything I want all day today, right? But early on when I started doing this and trading and making this money like this, I would think, well, I got to stay at the desk. I mean, you know, like, I don't want to be an unproductive guy, you know? And it's like, you're thinking to yourself, well, I made $1,000, but I didn't really do anything today. So it's one of those mindset shifts that you really have to kind of work on and get out of, being that we've been programmed with that 9 to 5 mentality, thinking that we need to trade hours for dollars, right? But we don't trade hours for dollars here. We trade skill, right? So we use our skill to make money, and that has nothing to do with time, right? By the way, if you're trading your hours for dollars, right, then guess what? How many hours are in a day? A specific amount, right? So if you're trading hours for dollars and there's so many hours you can work, then that means that there's only so much money you can make. That's scary. If that doesn't scare you, then I think you got to look into it more, right? So if you can go to work and work, if you trade your hours for dollars, but they only give you 8 of them, then you, my friend, are capped on your money, and that is not somewhere I would want to be in life. I don't want anything capping my money. Right?
Your max, you got a limit now.
You got a limit. You got a limit. So you can only work 40 hours a week. That means you only get paid for 40 hours a week, whether you want to work more or not. That's scary, gang. That's scary. So while you're doing this, learn a skill, right? That could eventually pay you more money in 30 minutes than you made in 40 hours, right? Because money's not real. Money is like legit not real.
Energy.
It's energy, right? That's all it really is. And the way you basically relate to money is by the time it takes you to make it. We talk about this from time to time, but that's why, you know, someone can go into the Gucci store, right, and see a shirt for $450, grab it off the rack and just pay for it. And then here's another guy who's caught up in this system here, and he thinks, what the heck? He just spent $450 on a shirt. It would take me 30 hours to make that money, right? But that other individual, right? You see how quick I made $450 today, right? You think I could go buy a Gucci shirt for $450? It wouldn't even matter, gang. It wouldn't even matter. So you see how money is not real? Money is associated with the amount of time and effort it takes to get it. Right? So that's why you see one guy can drive a Corolla and the other guy can drive a Porsche GT3 RS, right? Because the money is total, and that same guy can think, how can that person drive a $500,000 car almost, right? When they're trading their hours for dollars, it's very difficult to comprehend that, right? So this leaves you in a very limited lack state of mind, where this opens you up for opportunity. This opens you up for potential. And this is really where you want to focus your time. So work your 9 to 5, right? Do that, but understand you are in a trap here, right? This is a trap to leave you basically broke, unhealthy, and dumb, right? So if you can crack this matrix here, start to dial this in, is what we're here trying to help you guys do every day. My goodness, gang, you'll never have to worry about this stuff again. You go to Gucci, buy a little shirt for Christmas, So does that make sense? Has a lot to do with the money, and the money you have is, directly correlated to the time and the effort, and that's going to be tough if you're trading time for dollars. Only so much time in the day. All right, I think we're good, yeah? I think I'm done yapping. Why don't we dip out here? We made some money today. We took some great trades, actually. We battled back from last night, took a little loss in Asian and whatnot. And, I think we're good to go. I think we can call it here. 4 hour coming back up
ready
here.
For Asia.
Yeah, we're ready for Asian tonight, baby.
Do it.
We're ready.
Feeling good.
Buys
a new
above.
day, new opportunity.
Yes, buys above 81 aren't looking bad. You got that range to fill there, so that's probably what I would be looking at. Yeah, potential supports being formed here, right? And then maybe price moving back up towards the highs here at like 95. Yeah, other than that, sells are decent below, but you need like an actual support first and then the closure below. So wait for that. Don't just take, like, if this candle closed below, don't take that sell. At least I wouldn't recommend you do. Wait for that bullish candle and then wait for this one to follow it, right? And then go ahead and take the sell. All right, any other questions, last minute questions before we head out? We'll be back tomorrow, so it won't be too long. I see you're on the 15 minute most of the time. Are you looking at the 5 minute or the 1 minute? Not really. I'm basically looking at the 15 for execution. Yeah, it's usually the lowest time frame I'll go down to. 4 hour, 1 hour, all that for direction. Yeah. All right, we Gucci? Clubhouse, we good? Everyone good? Everyone still wants to trade, right? Everyone's still good? You guys still want to be day traders?
Let's get it.
You guys are still up for the task, right?
Oh, hell yeah, chat.
8-figure trader vibes, gang. All right, no letting up. We need pure belief. All right? Cool. Johnny Gems, Rafi, appreciate you guys as always, man. Thanks for coming by. Another great one in the books. Chat. Yes, sir. Awesome session here today. Great trade. And if you guys aren't in the clubhouse, come join us. We're closing out the year strong with purpose, determination, and a laser focus on getting things done every single day for the next 60 days here. So congratulations, everyone who took that trade today. We'll be back same time, same place tomorrow. And clubhouse, we will see you guys in the Asian session tonight. All right. Love y'all. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Johnny Gems, Rafi, peace. Chat.
Peace.
Love y'all. Blessings to you and your family.
gang.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Hey, how are ya?
These days I don't take advice from anybody who gon' tell me how to do it if they never even did it right. These days I don't waste a minute of my time reminiscing on regrets of the past. That's a different life. These days I don't need nobody's validation. These days I don't need nobody's invitation. These days I don't tell nobody what I'm doing. I just do it. If I fail, keep it pushing till I get it right. Yeah, these days I've been wide awake, I never sleep late. Got a lot to do, I treat a Sunday like a weekday. Do it for my son, set the table, I need 3 plates. Have my cake and eat it, baby, don't forget the cheesecake. Got it, yeah, they know I got it. Confidence contagious, so the ones around me caught it. Everybody waiting on me, hoping I'ma drop it. I feel like all this weight is on me, still I'm never stopping. No, that is not a, pushing myself to the limit. I set a goal, but still I never feel enough when I get it. Cause when I go and all these feelings overflow to the ceiling, it's like a hole just open up and I don't know how to fill it. I tell them, look, I don't make mistakes, the mistakes made me. Drop songs when I write them, I don't wait 8 weeks. They do focus on the image now, but that ain't me. A lot of rats taking pics, that's why they say cheese. Lately I've been feeling like there's something off. A lot of friends used to show me love, ain't showing love at all. Yeah, only cheer me on when I was underdog. Running up the numbers, everybody keep on running off. Funny how they wanted me to win until I passed them. Now all of a sudden they be talking in the past tense. He was this, he was that, like I changed up. Had a kid, I'm a dad, gotta make funds these days. Everybody focus on the he say and she say. Acting up and trying to make a scene like a screenplay. Try to be original but end up as a remake. Spend a lot of time thinking about how I'ma be great. I just stick to the plan. Yeah, I'm focused on the music, not a pick for the gram. Stay true to my supporters, yes, I did it for them. So even when I get hot, never switch on a fan. These days, I don't take advice from anybody who gon' tell me how to do it if they never even did it right. These days, I don't waste a minute of my time reminiscing on regrets of the past. That's a different life. These days, I don't need nobody's validation. These days, I don't need nobody's invitation. These days, I don't tell nobody what I'm doing. I just do it. If I fail, keep it pushing till I get it right.
A2000 EST OCOEE. Yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, hey. I need peace, I need love, I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace, I need love, I need everything that's coming from above. I'm with my dog, ay. Birds of a feather, we gon' fly together. Ay, we gon' rock forever like it's heavy metal. I ain't Christopher Columbus, I would never settle. I ain't Lewis, I ain't Clark, I would never settle. God told me I'm Olympic, for real. Ay, seek the kingdom while you simping, for real. Why you talking, you should listen, for real. All this jaywalking got me limping, for real. Hey, jaywalking, hey, Jesus walking, hey, Jesus talking. Yo, big faith, yeah, I need a whole lot of that way, where I'm about to go like amigo. Can't see the vision, then you can't be me amigos. I call up my girl and then we pull up to the Rego. That's the only time we pay to see you acting way different. Way different. Same book, but the page different. The page different. Is it cliche to say I'm lane switching? Well, I'm lane switching. Hold on, let me put my turning signal on, so they see me coming. They still can't see me coming. Only two things that I need is peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from up. They like, how he, who he, what is this? Hey, my studio is wherever I sit. Hey, I plug in the microphone and there you hear that click. Click, 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 click. It's a hit. Hey, way it hit them like, whoa, man. Hey, make them do the uh-oh, man. Hey, how you just came up with whoa, man. Flow electric, this is not a slow dance. Not a slow dance. We come together and we pray and hold hands. He give grace, so wherever grace lands. He paid the price, ain't have no escape plan. Yeah, no plan. Yeah, no plan. Actually, his plan was the plan, so he planned it. Ayy, set the bar high, he the code, so I scanned it. Ayy, we saving souls on the campus. Ayy, but this ain't no religion, we ain't following your antics. Ayy, thank you, Lord, I sit like a praying mantis. Enemy just tryna see me sink Titanic. Never out, but I'm outlanded. Even when I'm out, soon as I land. Back to the beach, back to the sand. Is back to the... Only two things that I need is peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above.